Yeah, Brighton got absolutely wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. I said in the preview that can Chelsea wreck Brighton, and the team, the boys in blue, answered the question in the affirmative. Yeah, you know, and I did say it. I called it. I said Brighton will come to play. You know, under their present manager and even Giuseppe, and even more so with this manager. They play this high line. They make it difficult for you to beat, as it were. They press you high up, try to restrict you to your own half of the pitch and make it difficult for you to play out from the back. But then I also said that Chelsea had the tools to actually counter Brighton's style of play, because you've got Madueke, you've got Nicholas Jackson, you've got Jadon Sancho, you've got Cole Palmer, who banged in 4 goals today. Superb player. Let's take take a minute to appreciate the genius of Cole Palmer. His free kick was sublime. The way he took the goal that was laid off for him by Jadon Sancho beautifully. A wonderful goal, wonderful finish. Wonderful. Just takes a moment to appreciate Cole Palmer. Palmer cold as ice. 4 goals. 4 goals in this game. I heard people going on about, oh, Cole Palmer will not meet up his goal and assists. He will not match his goal and assist record. For last season, he wouldn't play as well as he did last season. But I'm not saying he's going to match his goal and assist record, because it was absolutely phenomenal last season. But but he's on course to even have a very, very good season as well. Still, from eye test wise and stat wise, he scored against Wolves. He made the assist. I think he scored against Wolves, made the assist for Nicholas Jackson in the Wolves for Jackson in the Crystal Palace game. He scored 4 today. So just looking at that alone, that's 6 goals contribution. He scored Wolves. That alone, and then he scored again in the West Ham game. So that's seven goal contribution. So just very soon, so not too far from getting into double digits. Not too far from getting into double digits. So yeah, if it seems I'm short for words, because Cole Palmer is phenomenal. So while you're here, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's go. Now, Jackson was immense. He didn't get to score. He missed some chances that made me, almost punch my screen while I was watching the game. But he put in the shift. His running, his tireless running, made it difficult for the Brighton team. You know, and this one I want to say about playing out from the back. Playing out from the back. We all want to pass high line. Sometimes you need to make sure you have the right tools. Lewis Dunk. Lewis Dunk. Lewis Dunk is part of a defense line that is playing a high line. How do you think that's going to work out for you? How do you think that will work out for you? Well, I guess they messed around and they found out. So I did say that Chelsea had the tools, to counteract, whatever Brighton would have to offer today in terms of their high pressing. So that was a good one for the team. And then Noni Madueke put in a good shift as well. And let's have a moment to speak about Noni Madueke, because right now it seems, if you want to sound savvy, if you want to sound like you know what you're talking about, you just criticize Noni Madueke recklessly. I'm not saying he's perfect. No player is perfect. Even Cole Palmer today, he scored 4 goals, but there was a pass he could have laid off for Jackson. He decided to take the shot. It didn't go in. You know, there was, the chance he had, one v one with the goalkeeper. I think he pushed the ball a bit too far and the ball hit the bar. It happens. That's football. Noni Madueke, there was a cross he made and someone cleared it. He dropped a pass for Jadon Sancho, but the linesman and VAR and referee, were on about that. It was millimeters offside. There was millimeters offside, just barely inches. And you look at that, and what you can say is he's greedy, he's selfish. Come on, give it a rest. Just give it a rest. Give it a rest. Stop your agenda. Take your agenda, bring your agenda out like a cloth, put it in the washer, let it get washed, dry it, iron it, fold it, and put it in a box, or and dig a hole in the ground and bury that box. There's no need for any agendas here. Support the players and criticize objectively. Because when you start criticizing crazily, then it seems like you don't know what you're talking about. So I know sometimes people want to follow big accounts, that make statements, and you want to sound like you're trendy. You want to sound like you know what you're talking about, but you end up sounding stupid. So just stick to your guns, stick to what your eyes can tell you, and don't just blab because people are saying stuff. You know. But we move to the game. So Brighton scored first, and then okay, was like, wow, it's going to be one of those games. And then the team came back in, scored the equalizer. Cole Palmer got the penalty to take the lead. I think Cole Palmer converted as usual. The free kick to make it 3-1, and then out of the blues, we messed it up at the back again. Messed it up at the back again, and then uh, um, Brighton scored to 3-2. You're wondering, is this going to be, a full ding dong affair today? But the team held strong, showed set of character, and before you knew, we were 2 goals up, 4-2 to the good, and Brighton well and truly wrecked. Well and truly wrecked. Cucurella is another player that was tremendous today. You must give Cucurella his flowers. He has improved immensely from the first half of last season. He's really improved. He has that warrior spirit, and I said that's really. I've said in previous videos that that's something that Chelsea has lacked and Chelsea needs. And all those title Champions League winning sides always had players that had that warrior spirit, like Antonio Rudiger in the 2021 Champions League winning team, and Didier Drogba, in 2012 Champions League winning side. So you need these players that have this warrior mentality. I'm not saying in terms of the quality of players, but just have that warrior mentality. And he's improved as well. He's improved in his defending. He can slot in anywhere. He's ready to put in a shift, and he put in a massive shift today. He put in a massive, tremendous shift today. And Sanchez, his error for the first goal, but he was very, very good. He made some decent saves, that could easily that helped keep Chelsea in the lead. So kudos to him. He's improved. I criticize this is back to what I say. Criticize objectively. Don't keep criticizing. When a player improves, you don't criticize him for what he's done in the past. You hold on to how he's playing now. And Robert Sanchez is playing very well, very well. I know he was part of the contributing factors for the first goal, but he came up tops to prevent a lot of goals. And then sometimes the only criticism I have about this team is sometimes they take way too long on the ball, way, way, way too long on the ball at the back, especially when you're playing a Brighton side. You know how they're going to play, just like Klopp's Liverpool. You know how they're going to play. They're going to play high. They're going to be intense. They're going to be in your face. And what happens is it creates a vacuum behind, it creates a vacuum behind, that press. So what you need to do is quick pass at the back, 1, 2, 3, and the ball goes forward. So you don't dally on the ball. So that's the only little thing I can say that's a negative from this game. Hopefully, the team can learn from it. And as well, one huge positive that may not show on the score sheet is this: you're able to weather the storm and come up with the result, come up with the victory. Like the Bournemouth game, weather the storm, came up with 1-0 win. This game, if it was last season, the moment it went to 3-2, it would have become 3-3 and maybe even 4-3 in favor of Brighton, or 3-4 in favor of Brighton. So the spirit, the football is improving. The understanding and chemistry between players is improving as well. And the team spirit, the belief that you can win, the belief that the team can actually win is also improving and becoming more evident each day. Because those are things you don't see. Last season, psychologically, the players accepted defeat. Once a goal is considered, or things go a bit awry or a bit wrong for the team, it just continues to go wrong till the game ends. But in this game, things seem to go wrong with the first goal. Show the spirit to come back, equalize, get ahead. scored two more goals to be 3-1 up. And then even when Brighton scored a second goal to make it 3-2, she had the spirit and the fortitude to actually, say we are not going to be beat. We'll come back, equalize. We'll come back, extend the lead, and maintain the lead as well. You know, the passing is crisp, but for me, the only thing I can say with respect to passing is it needs to be a bit quicker. Sometimes playing out from the back, you have to read the room, so to speak. If you're playing against a side, like an old fashioned Stoke, that would pack the bus, have four banks of four, in front of their goalkeeper and wouldn't press you. Then you can take your time, play the ball out, from the defense, pop, pass it, and then build that way. But when you're playing against a team that's going to high press you, then you don't need to dally on the ball. 1, 2, 3, and then the ball goes forward. So, but for me, awesome result today. Awesome result. Brighton well and truly broken. Right now, I'm not saying Chelsea are title contenders, but they're keeping in line with what I want, which is at this point of Chelsea's development, Chelsea should be the best of the rest. Man City, Arsenal, maybe Liverpool. Okay, top three. But Chelsea should be the best of the rest and defeat every other team, or at least have a winning record against every other team. By that I mean either you win their home and away games, or you draw either the home and away game and win, either the home and away game. So you have 4 points from possible six. That should be the worst case scenario, coming up against other teams apart from this top three. So maybe you draw with Spurs, but even Spurs, we should be able to beat them. So for me, you know, the best of the rest, and that's what the team is currently at this moment. And one thing I must give kudos to Enzo Maresca. You know, previously people have been going on about, oh, you need time, you need 2 seasons to get your players to understand the kind of football you want to play. We had that excuse with Potter, we had that excuse with Pochettino, but Maresca has come in. It's not yet perfect, but you can see what he wants to do, and it's indeed getting results. And before I go, like I said, Jason Sancho, that left wing is yours, is his. Noni Madueke, that right wing is his. Pedro Neto came on, he was good, he was decent, but you could see that Noni Madueke is better, in my humble opinion at least. So let me hear your thoughts and opinions on the game, and let me see it in the comment section. And if you like the content I've been putting out, do subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you're notified each time I put a video on the channel. And I'd like to say that other programs that are coming on the channel, like the Chelsea FC show, Premier League recap show that will be showing on Monday next week. That will recap all the major games that took place, or the major results that took place in game week 6. And then as well, you have the Nigeria football show where we're talking about, all the latest news around Nigerian football, especially with like Tosin now rumored to want to switch his national team allegiance to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Let's see how that happens. So at this point, we've come to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. And thanks for clicking that notification bell and commenting as well. So do have a splendid rest of your day. Bye-bye.